Welcome back to Quiet Please. Mel, it's been a crazy week for both of us. We are feeling it a bit, but we are very happy to be back on the show. We're going to bring the energy today.
Yes, me and you have been traveling a ton. This is my that's 7 weeks, and I've got 2 more coming up in a row, and then it's going to chill out for me a little bit. You've been on the road, I feel, since the start of the year.
Yeah, I haven't had any meaningful time off, really. I've had like a week here and there, but same. I'm going to start to chill after the U.S. Open. Things really calm down a lot more for me. I only have like one more regular PGA Tour event, and so I'm almost there, but I'm feeling
Which
it.
one are you doing? Are you doing Wyndham?
No, I'm doing a playoff event.
Oh, big time. Yeah, I was going to say I'm at
August.
Wyndham, so I just thought we could hang out.
You know me.
I
You
know I
me.
have to give you plenty of advance, so when I'm at a
You're
tournament.
going to be there on site?
Yeah, I think so.
What are you doing?
I don't know. They haven't told me yet.
Great.
Yeah.
Anyway, how was so we both had crazy weeks on the golf course. I was working at the RBC Canadian Open. You were working ShopRite. How was your week?
My week was fun. The family traveled with me, Carly and Kai, because I haven't seen them for like a month. I've been like home here, like a day in between every event, which has been carnage, actually, to be honest with you. But yeah, they came out, which is actually kind of cool because it's been like a bit of a full circle moment bringing Kai out. Because I obviously won there in 2020 and I was walking on course this week, which I love doing. So yeah, it was fun. My favorite bar there is McGettigan's. So I had the pleasure of taking my 18-month-old son there a couple times, 3 times. We celebrated Carly's birthday.
We love a baby in a bar.
There. We love a baby in a bar. We celebrated Carly's birthday there, which I managed to convince her to do, which was very selfish of me, but I managed to do it. So
at McGettigan's?
At McGettigan's, yes. Her whole family were in Philly.
Babe, don't worry. It's going to be a party for you. For me.
Yeah, for me. It's all about me. But it was just easy because they have a really cool outdoor bit there, like during the tournament. Tim, the guy who owns it, does an unbelievable setup there. Like they've got like little like bars everywhere, like little mini bars everywhere outside. And it's kind of where all the fans go. And Carly's family live in Philly, a lot of her family. And so they all come down for that event. So it's just like the one time a year that we get to see kind of the Bell side of the family and the Grenfell side of the family. So it's always a fun time. And Carly's mum and dad came down early because we're on family vacation this week. Well, they are. I'm only here for 3 days. But it was a great week. I enjoyed it. The weather was a bit shit yesterday, though. It was absolutely rank. But all in all, it was a fantastic week.
Were there any delays?
No delays. It was just... No, it's just gross. And like the bugs here.
Nastiness.
Yeah, and the bugs here are like, there's 2 things that are the most annoying thing to me in the world. And that is Maya Stark's caddy, Jeff Brighton, after 2 gin and tonics. He's pretty annoying, and the bugs were pretty close to that. Actually, he's pretty annoying when he wins the US Women's Open.
Yeah. He sent me an Instagram DM saying, thanks for all the congratulations.
Do you know what's funny? I spoke to Maya and she's like, he has not replied to anyone. So the fact that he's replied to you says something big about that, Kira. He doesn't reply to any of us.
I'm a big deal. What can I say?
What can you say? So yeah, but it was good. Apart from the bugs and the weather, it was great.
And Jennifer Kupcho is the winner.
Jennifer Kupcho won. She came close a couple times, so it was nice to see her get the job done. And then there was a girl called, many people won't know about this, but Ilhee Lee. She hasn't played much because she's had injury, and she won an event years ago in Bahamas, and the weather was so bad there, the whole course flooded when she won, and the last round got cut to like 12 holes. And so Alison Walsh, who's another good friend of mine, who used to play on tour, she said she shot like 59 that day, and so she tells everyone that she shot 59, but just doesn't mention that it was only over 12 holes.
It was only for 12 holes.
It was only over 12 holes. But yeah, so anyway, so
my strategy.
I mean, 18 holes is too much anyway. But
so way too much.
Way too much. But Ilhee Lee like literally took her down to the wire, and Ilhee Lee is like 1,456 ranked in the world. So it literally would have been like one of the coolest stories if she would have won. And she handled herself.
Upsets.
Yeah, it was literally one of the craziest upsets on the LPGA. So she played amazing. So it was actually really fun to kind of watch both of them battle it out, and it was good. How was your week in Canada?
Uh, well, before I tell you about Canada, I just wanted to mention, I did you know both you and I are winners in Atlantic City? When I competed in Miss America took place in Atlantic City.
No way.
So these are two Atlantic City icons sitting down here because Mel is a winner in Atlantic City at the ShopRite, and Kira K. Dixon is a winner at Miss America in Atlantic City.
Well done, Kira. So
Like if you go walk the boardwalk hall in Atlantic City, right
yeah,
on the boardwalk,
yeah.
that's where Miss America was for years and years and years, like since the early 1900s.
No way. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and there's a statue right in front of it that's Miss America.
Is it you?
No, it's like it's supposed to be an embodiment of all of us. So
Oh,
yes, it's me.
okay. Yeah. um,
But
yeah.
I just love
Atlantic
that we have
City's
this Atlantic City connection.
yeah, Atlantic City's weird. I drove through it a couple times because
It's
we
so
had
weird.
it's a bit odd.
Yes. So my week in Canada was great. The people of Canada are very enthusiastic about golf, very lovely. I worked the Golf's Longest Day qualifier on Monday, which is always a fun day in golf to see who gets into the US Open. And then, of course, Ryan Fox won the RBC Canadian Open in a 4-hole playoff over Sam Burns. In theory, I love a playoff. Like as a golf fan, I love a playoff. But as a professional broadcaster who has to get to the next tour stop,
Yeah.
the 4 holes is tough when you're trying to make a flight. My flight ended up being canceled, so it didn't matter anyway. But, so I have to tell you this story. On, Golf's Longest Day on Monday, this guy was very nice, very enthusiastic about Canada and the various sports here, hockey, golf. Kept coming up to me, wanted to chat, la la la. I'm just like, yeah, I'm working for Golf Channel. And finally, at the end of the day, he comes up and he hands me his phone. He goes, "Can I follow you on Instagram?" He's a bit of an older gentleman.
Okay.
I said, "Sure." So he didn't know my name, so he hands me his phone so that I can put my Instagram handle into the search bar on Instagram so he can
Mhm.
follow me. And you know how on the For You page on the search page, it
Mhm.
shows you suggested content based on your algorithm of what you're already
Mhm.
consuming? It was just boobs.
Fair play to the lad. Fair play. I'm not against that. You're an
It
old
was
creep.
very
Just
it was a lot of inappropriate content that and then he sees me see it, and thank God there's a caddy, Austin Gogger, who was caddying that day for David Ford, was standing there because we had been having a conversation and this man had interrupted us to ask for this thing. And so Austin witnessed the entire thing. Because this type of stuff happens to me all the time, but nobody's ever there to see it. So Austin was there to witness, and the guy goes, "I don't know why I always get served this content. It's so ridiculous. It's so inappropriate." And I was like, "Sure, sure, buddy."
do you know what? I'm not against it. If if you get to a certain age, you
No,
just
I'm
don't
not
care,
against
do
it, but
you?
it just was it was the cover up, and it was a perfect, like, oh my God, this man.
Oh, that's hilarious. Now he's creeping on you. Has he liked one of your
Oh,
photos from
yeah,
like
he's like
2008 or something?
literally.
Oh,
He's, like, commenting on all my stuff. So if you're listening,
oh,
sir,
cute.
thanks for the follow. Appreciate you
Thanks.
engaging in my content. Every like counts.
Oh, dear me. Talking about content, by the way, my sister-in-law Whitney I was just talking to her this morning because we're on family vacation in a big house and it's just fucking carnage, to be honest with you, because all the kids and stuff. But she
Yeah, so if you
was
hear Mel's sperm screaming in the
yeah,
background,
if you
that's
hear my
why.
sperm screaming, yeah, that'll be my son in the background. Um, she's a huge fan. She's like, "Oh, I started following Kira and like her makeup tutorials are amazing and it really
Oh
helped." And
my gosh.
so yeah, Whitney's a big fan.
Oh, I should do more of that. That's so
Yeah, she
nice.
loves
Hi,
it.
Whitney.
Yeah, she's a
Thanks for
massive fan.
thanks for following.
I know I was a little bit offended, but it's okay. I feel
Well,
like I should
you're
be her only
not
fan.
posting makeup tutorials, Mel,
I
so
should. I should. It would literally be 3 seconds.
yeah,
I
it
should
should
do
be
that as a
my
bet
makeup
once.
tutorial compared to your makeup tutorial.
It's slightly different. In fact, I watched one of yours and I had no idea what half of the shit was that you were putting on your face. I literally had no idea. Like the stuff that you put on,
Like what?
like like the thing that you stick all over your face. You put like a pre thing, and then you put like a sticky thing on, like a dot.
Like when I do the concealer and the
Yes.
bronzer
Yeah.
contour type of stuff?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, yeah, it's
How
just
do
what
you
I
learn
do,
all
Mel.
that,
It's
by
my
the
one
way?
makeup look
No,
that
I
I
know, but how do? Okay.
I've been
So
having my makeup done professionally for the last 10 years.
Oh, that's
So I
fair.
just like learn from all these makeup artists. I've also had a
That's
couple
fair.
makeup lessons like back in the day.
You are just full of surprises, Kira. Full
Mm,
of
yeah,
surprises.
you know me. So the Canadian Open was really it's a great golf tournament. They have that rink hole, the 14th hole,
Mm-hmm.
where it's like all the hockey boards are up. I got to do some walk and talks, got to talk a little golf, talk a little hockey. I love getting out on the golf course, similar to you, and just actually getting to be in it and doing those walk and talk during the golf tournament. Ryan Fox I think it's because he's an international player. He's from New Zealand. He like, really gets it when it comes to media stuff. And he
Mm-hmm.
did on the final round, he did a pre-round interview in the broadcast, so before his final round.
Very
And
cool.
then after he won, obviously he did a ton of media and just he doesn't just check the box. He gives good, insightful, meaningful answers so that the time that he's taking to spend time with you, you're getting something out of, and the audience is getting something out of the time that they're putting in to watch. And it just, yeah. So I really have a lot of respect for him and how he handles himself in that way. And obviously, he's been kind of like a late. He's been a late bloomer on the PGA Tour, and then now all of a sudden he's a two-time winner. And I'm really just happy for him because his family they were just basically nomads around the country, living in hotels with two baby girls, and now he's like gonna live in Jupiter and join the Bears Club and live his best
Yeah.
life.
I've always been a fan of Ryan Fox. We played in Australia years ago, and he was like in the group behind me as when we had that mixed event. Years ago, it was like 2018 or something. And he like hit up into me because obviously he's so long, isn't he? And he was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." I was like, "No, dude, like that was sick. I can't believe how far you hit it." And got chatting to him, and he is awesome. Like I've always been a fan of him. I think he's just such a good guy. Like he's just a dude. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I was really
and
happy that he won.
his dad is a rugby
Yeah, All
legend in New
Blacks.
Zealand. He's like a
Yeah,
legendary All Blacks player. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, and the All Whites were there. They were at the golf tournament. The
No
soccer
way.
team.
How
Yeah,
cool's
the
that?
the national New Zealand soccer or football team. They somehow got connected with Ryan, and they were all there cheering him on the whole day.
How
And
good's
I
that?
talked to one of them at one point, and he was like, "Foxy's such a big deal back home. We're so excited." It
Oh,
was really
that's
cute.
sick. That's really cool. That's really cool. Yeah, he's a good lad. He's got massive forearms as well, hasn't he? His forearms are like the size of my thighs. Have you ever noticed
I think
that?
that he could have been an athlete in any. He
Yeah.
could have been a hockey player, rugby player. I don't know how he ended up in golf. I guess I should ask him that. I should know that. Um, but
But
yeah.
yeah. Very cool.
What's your plan with your fam this week?
Well, the weather is dog shit. So we're
Mm,
trying to entertain the kiddos. So I think we're gonna go to the zoo today. I didn't even know there was a zoo around here, but we're gonna go to the zoo.
mm.
Oh my god, did you hear about that zebra that
So you
got?
were like, "I'm gonna go podcast for an hour. Have fun.
Yeah,
Bye."
have fun. So the girls, all my nieces have gone for a bike ride, and then Kai's just downstairs. The stairs just carnage. Did you hear about that zebra that escaped from Tennessee, the zoo, and then it had to get airlifted back in? I just saw it on the news this morning.
So I saw the airlift put to the music of Defying Gravity.
Oh my god, so good. Dude, I love a little escape animal. I think it's hilarious. And it was just this zebra,
So
just like, I know. Fair play to
poor
it as well.
zebra was just
Zebra. It's a
was
zebra.
just getting air. It's a zebra.
It's a zebra.
It's a zebra.
It's
I
a
don't know what
zebra.
to tell you.
I don't know what to tell you. It's a
Okay, so the
zebra.
zebra was getting airlifted out, and it was like, "So if you care to find me," it was great.
I
It's
swear,
full on
every
Cynthia
single
Erivo.
podcast we do, you somehow bring in a wicked something, whatever you call it. Analogy? Analogy?
Reference?
Yeah.
A reference.
Yeah.
An analogy is when you compare it to something.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. There he is. Can you hear him?
And that's your word of the day.
That's my word of the day. So yeah, we're going to go to the zoo today, and then I don't know what we're doing tomorrow. I think it's going to be a bit better tomorrow, so we might head to the beach, try and go to the beach, and then Wednesday we're going to a Phillies game. So, and then I have to go to New
Oh,
York on Thursday.
fun.
Yeah, we got tickets to go to Phillies. So I've never been to a Phillies game, so that will be fun. And then I go to Stamford to commentate on feature groups for the US Open. In
Oh,
Thursday
you
morning,
won't
I
be on
drive.
site.
No, I know. I know.
Oh, boo.
I know. I know. I know.
Okay.
But
I was getting all excited that you're going to be on site because I saw your name on the production memo.
yeah, no, I'm in Stamford, I think. Well, as far as I'm aware. That's where I'll be going on Thursday.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So just doing
Okay.
feature groups.
So we're going to do a little bit of a US Open preview, but there is something else that's happening this summer that's all starting to premiere, which is a really big deal in my world. And that is the new seasons of Love Island. So
That's
Love
your
Island
favorite.
USA is already on. And Love Island UK is, I think, premiered last night, maybe on ITV.
Mm-hmm.
So in honor of that, I've been dying to have a Love Island conversation with you just from a terminology standpoint. So I have a
Mm-hmm.
list
Okay.
of terms that I've been keeping, and
Okay.
I thought we could go through them and you can maybe translate for the people.
I got you.
How does that sound?
Sounds great. Okay, before we
No.
start this, there might be some lingos that even I don't know because of where you live in the UK, but I'm going to give it my best shot. So
But
please.
that's crazy to me because it's such a small country and it's you go from one county to the next and it's
significantly different. Yeah. It's actually really funny you mentioned this because my brother-in-law last night, Billy, it was Billy and Whitney, my brother and sister-in-law, they were saying, oh, can you say microwave? And I was like, microwave? Like, no, that's not how British people say it. Because have you ever seen that clip of Nigella, the chef? And she's like making something and she goes, I'm just going to go put it in the microwave. And I'm like, no, that's not. She's just ruined.
Are there people in the UK that actually say microwave?
No, but
that's got to be just a Nigella thing.
No, we don't say microwave. She's just odd. In Welsh, though, it's called a pop-de-ping. In the Welsh
what?
In the Welsh language, the Welsh have their own language, which is just nuts. It's like insane. A microwave is a pop-de-ping.
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 Pop-de-ping or pop-de-pin?
Pop-de-ping. Don't quote me on these, but that's what I was told. I've been told that by numerous Welsh people. And like jellyfish is piss gob wibbly wobbly. It's jellyfish.
What did you just call me?
Yeah, piss gob wibbly wobbly.
Wibbly wobbly. I can't say the first part, but wibbly wobbly sounds fantastic.
So I think I'm going to be good at this game. Okay, go.
Okay.
I like games.
All right. So it's just a bunch of terms that I didn't know before Love Island, and now I feel like I do. So he's waffling shite.
He's chatting shit. So he's talking absolute nonsense.
Translated that into another British way to say it.
Yeah, sorry. He's making no sense. He's just, whatever he's saying is complete BS, basically. He's just chatting shit. Yeah.
A load of bollocks. Which is kind of probably
load of bollocks. Just a load of bollocks. I can't actually translate that because a load of bollocks is just, again, just shit. It's that, like,
it's like bullshit.
Yeah, like if you said something to me like, that's a load of bollocks, like, that's not true.
Yeah,
You're lying.
Yeah. So I have to use this one in a sentence, like it's crazy in this gaff.
Gaff is like, well, you can use that in certain contexts. So it's crazy in this gaff, like crazy in this like atmosphere, like crazy in this house. It's normally like the crew, But we also call a boss, we also call like a boss like a gaffer. So like when we used to play football, the manager would be called the gaffer.
That's interesting. Is that a regional thing?
That's pretty generic, I think, actually. I think that's pretty generic.
Okay. A geezer.
Absolute lad. Like a lad. Like a proper
lad.
Like a lad. Geese, yeah.
I feel like you don't say this a lot, but there's a whole contingency on Love Island that say in it after every single thing. That's a Charlie.
Yeah, that's a Charlie Hull thing. Yeah, in it. That's more like Yeah, like not that Charlie is, but like chavs say it quite a lot. Like a chav is like someone who wears like a full Nike tracksuit with like Nike shocks on and a Burberry hat that's halfway on their head.
Yeah.
That's what chav is, and they say
Yes.
in it every 5 seconds.
In it.
In it.
This is good, in it.
Yeah, it says well good in it.
That sort of thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well good, in it. All right.
Well,
Getting Larry.
getting Larry is like, oh, she's getting well Larry, isn't she? Like, you can use this again in many contexts. Like, we use it in our friendship group. Like, if I'm being a bit pipey, so if I'm being like, oh gosh, how can I say this? Like, if I'm getting a bit loud, if I'd had a few drinks and I'm getting a bit loud, my mates go, oh, she's getting a bit Larry, isn't she? Or if I've like a bit, like if my mates
chirpy,
are trying to
like you're
fish,
starting to chirp a bit.
Yeah, and like if my mates are trying to fish me in, like we say fish them in, like you cast it and I bite. So if they're trying to get me to, wind me up and I bite, they'll be like, oh, you're getting a bit Larry. So yeah.
Getting a bit Larry. I like that
Larry.
one. Mugged off. I can't tell you how many, when I first started watching, I was Googling, what is a mug?
Okay, mugging you off is like he's making you look stupid, he's taking the piss, or he's not interested. Like, he's mugging you off, he's not interested, he's just trying to mug you off. Pie you off. Have you heard of that? Pie you off?
Yeah, getting pied.
Yeah, you're getting pied.
Like getting rejected.
Yeah, getting dumped.
But I feel like getting pied is more getting rejected, and getting mugged off is more like, so you're offending me. Or am I a mug? Do I have mug written across my forehead? They always say that.
Yeah. Like he's just
an idiot or a...
But it can mean like he's mugging you off, like he's pieing you off.
Yeah, you can be a noun mug, a verb mug.
Yeah. Have you got any more?
A bell end. That one I had to Google.
Oh my God, bell end is my absolute favorite. I use that word a lot. My mother-in-law still says, but basically, so you know the end of you know this better than me. You know the end of a penis, and it looks like a little bell. It's that bell end. It's basically a knob. They still look like that, right?
I thought you're whispering.
No, I know, because I'm like, shit. Sorry, Doreen. But it's basically a knob.
Okay, we'll move on. So people from the north say, instead of how do you feel about me, they say, how do you feel about us? Or come and give us a hug. Or she's mugged us off.
Yeah.
And when I'm watching, I'm like, who is us? Who are these people? But it's just they're talking about themselves. They're talking about themselves as the person, but it's us.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
What is that?
I don't know, really. We just say it. I sometimes say, oh, she's proper mugged us off. Yeah. I don't know.
Really?
We're just weird. Yeah, like, because I don't know. Where I'm from in Derby, I'm very middle. So, like, we say kind of a mixture, but we would say, some of us would say us.
Because this is more like Manchester people say mugged us off, right?
Yeah.
Northerners. Northern. They also don't say the TH. They say it with an F. Instead of northern, they say northern.
Yeah, and they say things like, instead of butter, they say butter. They don't like butter.
Butter. There's no T.
And like I would say, so a posh person, so like someone who comes to mind, like Anna Jackson.
You. And Anna Jackson.
Would say bath, whereas I would say bath.
Bath. Bath.
No, bath. I'm going over to have bath, and I'd be like, bath. I'm having a bath.
Yeah, I would also say bath.
Like we say youth in, yoth actually, in where I'm from. So you'd be like, how are you, yoth? Which is, how are you doing? Yeah, it's youth, but yoth. If you've got a strong Derby accent, you'd be like, how are we, yoth? You all right, loth? Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, moving on.
Yeah. Carry on.
You're a melt.
Like soft. Like you're sensitive. Like soft, I would say.
Okay.
Like you melt like butter. Like you're just easy to melt. Your dad?
You're a melt. You're a melt, bruv. No. I was about to say your dad about something else to move on. And then you were still commenting on the melt. Not about your dad. Sorry. Don't get offended on behalf of your dad. No. Because the next one is nice set of gnashers.
Teeth.
Yeah,
teeth.
which is your dad. Sorry, I wasn't saying that
Yeah,
your dad is a melt. I wasn't,
because
just
my
to be
dad's got
clear.
one big set of gnashes now. He looks, yeah, one
Yeah, he's
big
got a
piano key.
Nasher.
Yeah, he's got just one big gnasher across his whole upper tooth. He didn't get his bottom ones done, so yeah, he's just got a massive one on the top.
He's just got ding.
Yeah.
And then the last one, I love when they say, "Well, if some worldie comes in."
Oh, I love a worldie. Like a 10, a 12 out of 10 bird or bloke. Yeah.
Mhm.
12, like she's a worldie or he's a worldie. Yeah.
She's a
Like,
real worldie. I know you love a
like
worldie.
I love a worldie. Um, and then I've got a couple extra when you're done.
Oh, go for it.
Like heavy. Oh,
Have a
what's
go at me.
heavy?
Heavy?
Like that's heavy.
Are you saying it with a V or a TH or a D?
Like a heavy weight. So like you'd be like,
Oh,
oh, that's well,
heavyweight. Okay.
yeah, heavy. How's the weather today? Heavy. Do you know what that
It
might mean?
is it bad or
No,
good?
it's the opposite. It's good. Like this pint is heavy.
Ah, okay.
Um,
It's got some meat on its bones.
yeah, sound. Sound is good. Like, oh yeah, that's well sound.
Sound is good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That one I know.
Trying to think. It's because one of my good friends, one of my best friends, Jimmy, is from Liverpool, and he says things, and I'm like, so I've started to learn the little bit of
Oh,
the Liverpool
he's a
slang.
Scouser?
He's a proper Scouser, yeah. So he says like a bunch of slang that even we're like he'll say things in the text chain, and we're like, he does it on purpose, and even I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that means, so
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
just
yeah. Yeah,
ignore
you
him.
made that up.
Yeah, you've definitely made that up, but yeah, welcome to the School of Language with Mel Reid and
Yes.
Kira Dixon.
Higher education right here. I well, I'm gonna be really busy in the evenings for the next 3 months because of Love Island. So, I just needed to brush up. I'm really
Mm-hmm.
excited. And now there's Love Island USA and Live Island UK to be abreast of. Um, but you know what they don't do anymore? The only people that come into the show now are very, they all have a ton of plastic surgery, they all have a lot of lip filler, they all look a little, they're of that ilk.
Mm-hmm.
And there was this season, it was season 5, this girl named Camilla Thurlow was on the show, and she was literally a nonprofit worker that went into countries that had warfare recently, and she deactivated explosive device ordinances or something like that. Like she had a real job and like a ton of education. She was just a normie. So a normal girl thrown into this world with like Chris Hughes and Olivia Atwood
Mm-hmm.
and that, the people that we kind of the normal people that we would see on Love Island. And it was so great because it was comparing like her experience of truly just trying to find love and come out of her shell and find her confidence versus these people that are perfect for reality television, but they don't do that anymore. So my plea to the Love Island gods is to please send a normie in there so we can just also compare like, what the real people are like versus what the people of the Love Island creatures are.
Well, Love Island, they used to get hammered on it as well, like absolutely wasted on it. Whereas now they're like
Yeah,
limited to drinks
they don't do
because
that
it just got
anymore.
carnage. Yeah, like used to smoke on it, and like it used to just be a bit of a free for all, and that was, I thought, just content genius. But you're right. Now I feel like they're all a bit fake, aren't they? Like they're out there to be influencers and like come out like doing that, like
Because you
their
get
lips, they
really
look like
famous from the
ducks.
show.
Yeah, they all the girls look like ducks because they've had so much lip filler in them. They can barely sit through a
Yeah, well, to
straw.
each their own. Like if you want your lip filler, go for it. But I feel like a lot of them come out and they get a lot of the lip filler and filler in general dissolved because they see it on TV and they're like,
Mm,
"Oh, maybe it was a bit much." And then they end up looking really, really good after the show. But once they go in, it's like they've done all this stuff to try and be this thing. And it's also hard to constantly look cute when it's hot out and you're
yeah.
on TV 24 hours a day.
With lip filler, do you just get it done once, or do you have to keep getting it done?
I've never had lip filler, but I think that it's you get it touched up every like 6 to 9 months or something like
Mm,
that.
I thought about having it once
Are
on my
you
top lip.
considering it?
No, Carly would kill me. But I did once. I was like really
Why?
close to getting it done. I just thought it'd be really funny because, well, basically, I put this filler. You know, on like Instagram, they have them fillers, and you know the ones with the big lips, the filler with the big lips, and it's basically you got like
The filter.
yeah, you got like the bug eyes, and then you've got the big lips. Well, I actually thought I looked great like that,
Yeah.
and so that's what made me think I should get lip
Well,
filler
everybody
was
thinks they
from
look
the
great like
cartoon
that.
filter. Yeah, so that's why I wanted to get it done though, because I saw the cartoon character of me with the big eyes and just my big lips, and it made me think I should get my lips done.
The third major championship of the year for the men, the US Open, is headed to Oakmont. Um, Everything that I've heard has been that it's going to be absolute carnage. I saw a podcast clip this morning of Ben Griffin on Barstool saying that he would sign for 4 over for the tournament right now and still think that he's got a chance to win. And it's been rainy and gross. So I don't have you ever been to Oakmont, Mel?
I haven't, but I will say, so I saw some videos as well of like how brutal the rough is and how difficult it's going to be. And I feel like that is the narrative at every single US Open, and it's never as bad when the tournament days. I feel like the USGA keep the rough high, and then literally the night before they do chop it down ever so slightly. And it does make it slightly easier. And I'm not saying easy or anything like that. Like it's still the hardest test of the year, but I do feel like this is the narrative at every single men's US Open and women's US Open is like how difficult it is. And then they start to play the tournament and it's not quite as savage as they actually think it is. Do you think that as well?
Yeah, but for some reason, everybody has been like Rory said that he went on Monday of last week. He flew up there just for the day to play and have a practice round. And he was saying it's going to be absolutely brutal. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to be complaining about it. And it just seems like the narrative around Oakmont, every person that I've talked to, even Ryan Fox in his winter interview, he goes, yeah, I'm just gonna go straight from here to go get my, get absolutely punished, get my ass kicked at Oakmont, but whatever, I'm in the US Open. It just seems to be the throwaway comment that everybody makes about it.
Is it the rough that's so difficult about it? Or is it I've never been. Is it like the green complex? Like what is it?
I don't know. You're the expert. I just work here.
Okay. Well, I know the rough is horrific, but then someone was talking to me about the green,
Yeah,
like
the
the
rough is
greens.
always horrific at a US Open.
Yeah, and then apparently the greens are just like deadly. So, and I'm sure they'll be running at like 12, 13. So yeah, it's gonna be a challenge for sure. Like I also heard that Rory and Shane, like when they went out, and I think Shane hit every fairway on one of the nines, like every single fairway shot like 3 over. So
Mm-hmm.
we shall see. It's good entertainment for us sitting here.
We shall see.
But yeah,
It's
the
great.
USJ do like to ramp it up, don't they? Make it extra tough for the boys.
And I think that this week, people are probably all going to be picking Scotty Scheffler to win.
Hmm. I mean, how can you not?
It seems most likely. Rory had a bit of a tough day on Friday in Canada. He missed the cut. He shot 78, I want to say. He
Hmm.
was struggling off the tee. So I don't think that he fixes the driver woes between now and then. I'm sure he plays well, does has a fine week, but I wouldn't pick Rory to win. Scotty, on the other hand, Sam Burns playing incredible, Cameron Young playing incredible. I would take a look at some of the guys that just did really, really well at the um on the final round of the RBC Canadian Open. If you've got like a pool with your friends or something like that, I would
Hmm.
I would pick some of those guys because they played really well on a difficult golf course and they can keep the momentum going.
Hmm. Yeah, I like that. I'm trying to think. I don't think Tommy's gonna do it because I don't think he's quite long enough. I don't
You
know.
always
I
talk
don't
about
know.
Tommy.
I know. I love Tommy.
Tommy,
Tommy,
Tommy.
Tommy.
I know.
Um, I think it's going to be a top 10 player in the world that's going to win. I feel like
Yeah.
the cream will rise to the top at Oakmont. So I'm going to guess top 10 player in the world. And that's about as vague as I'm going to be.
Okay. So 2 things in our DMs, and then we can wrap. One was some gentleman, his Instagram name is AlleyOops7, sent me pictures of you
Oh,
in your short shorts.
gorge. Wow.
And the message just said, "Short shorts."
Okay. So
So people are appreciating you in your short shorts.
that was at Des Moines. Okay. There is a story behind that. So basically you get given these shorts, and obviously I don't like them because they're basically down to my knee, and I'm like, absolutely not.
These are pictures of Mel at the Solheim Cup, if you're
Yeah.
not
Sorry.
listening
Yeah.
or watching on YouTube.
And so me and Charlie, both of us were like, we need these short. Like, and the woman's like, well, how short? And I said, well, I like my shorts quite short. So, because we have like a tailor on site. So we get back, and obviously I'm not trying them on. I'm just like, oh yeah, they look about right. But with the like, it was like a nylon-y material. And me and Charlie were first out. I was hitting the opening tee shot on Friday morning. I think it was Saturday morning actually, because they moved it to Monday. Anyway, one of them. And they're white shorts. Okay. Dude, I stick these things on, and for some reason, like my ass just like gobbled them up, and I just was like, there is nothing here to be like
This is a thong.
people. It's just a thong at this point. And they just kept riding it up. Like the more I played and the more like sweaty and stuff. Like me and Charlie both, I mean, Charlie's was even worse because Charlie had hers even shorter than mine. Like it was horrific how short they made. Like I'm not joking you, like you could literally see my arse cheek hanging out. And they were very short. And obviously all my shorts then had been tailored to that length. And so all week I was basically wearing hot pants. And it was, the white shorts really were a little bit much. Got a lot of comments about them. Not necessarily all positive. So it was.
But your fans were loving it.
Thank you. But yes, it was a little much. They were way too short for me, even back then. So
well, they're still appreciated years later.
Thank you. I did not appreciate them.
So we got a DM from someone you know named Carly Reid.
Oh dear.
And she had a submission for the name of our fan base. So we'll see what you thought. She might have told you this. I don't know. But she said the talkers.
Oh, that's quite good. See, she's quite good at things like this. Carly's very good at things like this.
Our Carly.
Carly. That's not bad, actually. No, she didn't tell me that. She doesn't tell me things.
The talkers.
Yeah.
But no. I thought it was so funny that there's a DM from Carly on the account.
Carly. When she could just tell her wife who's sat next to her. Yeah, or just tell her wife who's next to her. Nice.
No, she knows that if she tells you, you're not going to say it. You're going to forget about it. So
yeah, I usually forget everything. Yeah, I forget pretty much everything she tells me. Yeah, I quite like that. I do quite like that.
I like it too. So we'll see. We can't decide. It has to be a decision of the people. So we'll see what catches on. So if it's QPs, if it's talkers, if it's something else, we're still taking submissions.
Yeah, I quite like the talkers. Yeah, I quite like that. Very nice. Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Are we doing?
Do you have the shush of the week?
Yes, I do actually, which is a bit controversial, but so we've obviously had Kai on the road with us last week, and we obviously travel with a pack and play. It's not his temper mattress that he's used to, and so in a hotel room is quite difficult with a child, especially with a bougie ass child like my sperm, and he loves waking up at 2 a.m. and then not going back to sleep. And he's a great sleeper normally, but he wakes up and he wants to, like, we have to obviously like try and rock him, and he's like, absolutely not. No, I'm like a bit awake. So we put him in the bed with us, and he's just carnage. Like, he plays the drums, he's poking my eyes, poking my nose. He farted on Carly numerous times, like in the face. He's just.
This is at 2 a.m?
Yeah. And he's been doing that every single night.
And you're working the next day?
Yeah, and he did it. He's been doing it every night we've been here. And the amazing thing is, like, so when we do a nap at home, obviously his room is like really dark. We have like blackout curtains. We've got a hatch, so like the sound machine is perfect. Mm-hmm. You know, he's got his temper mattress. The temperature control is sublime. and he'll nap maybe like an hour. Well, no, he's actually a pretty good napper, but like hour and a half to 2 hours. We took him to LPGA daycare last week, and they sent us a picture like, should we wake him? And I shit you not, he's on a gym mat on the floor with like all the light on, and they had to wake him up after 3 hours. And I'm like, you shit. Like, you have to have the most perfect setting for us, but you're on literally a mat that has no support, and they're having to wake you up after 3 hours and with full light and everything. And I'm
In the
like,
bright lights.
the bright lights. So I'm just like, this is just sick. So yeah, that's my shush of the week, is having a bougie ass sperm.
Is your sperm?
It's my sperm, yeah, but it's too much sometimes.
Who's screaming in the background?
He's screaming in the background. So yeah, that's my shush of the week, is having a 18-month-old in the same room as you in the hotel for a whole week.
Oh my God. Could
Do you
not
have
be
one?
me. Mm-mm.
Yes, it's not ideal.
I don't have an 18-month-old, but I do have a shush. My shush is the Toronto airport. I feel like all my shushes are travel related, but these are the things that really are the pain points in my life. So after a 4-hole playoff last night, I drove an hour to the airport. As I am pulling in on time, barely, but I can make the flight. I'm pulling in to drop off my rental car. I get a text that says, your flight has been canceled. And
Was there any
I'm
reason
trying to get to
behind
the
the
US
cancellation?
Open. So I went to then, because I'm already pulled into the rental car thing. So I leave the car, I get all my bags, I go to the Air Canada desk, and the guy said the reason they canceled it was because the crew couldn't get through customs.
Okay.
I don't know what that means or how that could possibly happen.
So, funny story about Toronto Airport. I had to leave the country once for my visa. I think it was a couple of years ago, just for like a couple of days. So we went to Toronto. Love Toronto. Sick place to go. We then get to the airport 3 hours before our flight, because Carly is a bit like obsessed with getting there early. I already got there an hour before, but thank God we did, because 6 a.m. in the morning, it took us 2.5 hours to get through customs. We barely made our flight. And I was like, what is going on here?
I gotta go then. My flight's soon.
Oh yeah, it's a pain in the ass. Yeah, you probably should go. Honestly, it's a pain in the ass. I agree with you. It's one of the worst. When's your flight?
Oh my God. It's at 2. It's 11 right now.
Oh, you'll be fine. Yeah, you're Kira Dixon though. You can figure it out. You're just swan in there.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
But I would leave.
Hello. Well, I tried to swan in there yesterday, and they told me to what's a Love Island term?
Fuck off.
I don't know. My brain's not working that well. But they told me to leave.
They told you to fuck off, basically.
They told me to fuck off. They did.
Yeah, they told you to fuck off. Yeah, I would get.
But the first thing that they tried to do. Okay, well, the first thing that they tried to do is they tried to reroute me on a flight to Detroit, and then I would have to sit in Detroit all day, and then I wouldn't get to Pittsburgh until midnight tonight. So instead of the direct flight that's at 2 today, I might as well have driven in that case. But yeah, so love the people of Canada. Love Canada. The food is great, but your airport sucks. So somebody's got to do something about that, is my shush of the week. Okay, well, I'm excited to hear your voice this week.
Thank you. I'm excited to hear yours, like as I do every week. Yeah, you better get going. Let us know how it goes.
Okay. All right. Hopefully I make the flight. Perfect. I'll send you a DM from the plane. All right. Bye.
Okay. Bye.